إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. For praise be to Allah, we thank Him, we seek His help, His guidance, and His forgiveness. I believe in Him and I trust Him. I seek refuge in Almighty Allah from the evil of our passions. Indeed, whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides him to Islam, no one can mislead him after Allah. And whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put him astray, no one can guide him after Allah. I testify, O believe, that there is no deity worthy of worship other than Allah Rabbil Alameen, and I testify that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger and the seal of all the prophets. O Muslims, you must know that the best speech is the speech of Almighty Allah, which is the Quran. The best guidance is the course of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is his sunnah. The worst of all affairs is innovation in addition to the religion of Islam. Indeed, every addition to the religion of Islam will lead to hellfire. I adjure you as well as myself to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the best of your ability. Fear Allah and don't die unless you are in a state of total submission to Almighty Allah. I'd like to welcome you all for continuation of our series concerning gaining a lot of blessings, being rich by the blessings by doing certain acts. And for today, inshallah, we have segment number 74, which is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, "Man tawadda'a فأحسن الوضوء ثم صلى ركعتين يقبل عليهما بقلبه ووجهه وجبت له الجنة." Okay, I'm not going to give more than this hadith today. It's only 1 line and a half, but is subhanallah. Okay, the hadith say what the meaning is: whosoever make the proper ablution, then pray 2 rak'at, focusing and mindful with his heart and face, Jannah is guaranteed for him or her. For the first time that you read this hadith or you hear this hadith, you think like somebody kidding you. But it's really is a big challenge. He's talking about, number one, the ablution and doing proper ablution, not any ablution. That if you do a proper ablution, this number one, and this is maybe a little bit easier than the second one. Make sure that you do the proper ablution, and I'm going to give you something very small for you to reflect and focus on it. When you wash your arms, try to go in front of the mirror and look and see what's happening here around your elbow, because we take the water and do it like this. Most of the people do the water and this, but we did not use what you call tablik, rubbing and spreading the water. A lot of people making wudu and the elbow in the back is dry, and this is spoil your prayer, spoil your wudu. And if your wudu is not correct, so the salah is not acceptable. So doing a proper ablution, even if you do it once to each limb, but the main thing is to make tadliq, rubbing. Make sure that the water reach every place, especially your elbow in the back, between your fingers, called takhleel, okay? And also the back of your feet, your heel, because the water goes straight like this, but behind in the back of your foot is dry. And this will spoil your foundation for the prayer, because the wudu is your foundation for the prayer. لا 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 صلاة لمن لا وضوء له. There is no prayer for the one who don't have the proper ablution. So if your ablution is not good, how is your salah will be good? Okay? This is one thing. So we need to make the proper ablution, use tadliq, rubbing, spreading the water. Try to make sure it goes between your fingers. Look. So what I'm doing, okay? And the elbow. The Prophet ﷺ in another hadith is saying, وَيْلُ لِلْأَعْقَابِ مِنَ النَّارِ. Al-a'qab is the heel, behind your foot, okay? Behind your foot. You can see that the front of your feet is wet, but in actuality, when the water goes to the back, if you do not rub your heels from the back to the ankles, okay, this will be dry spots there in the back, and this will spoil your wudu. So number one is doing what? The proper ablution, especially if during a winter and you are not home and there's no hot water. So some people will be making any kind of wudu. This is not correct. All right. So the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man tawadda fa ahsan al-wudu." Whosoever make wudu, but a proper and good ablution, then pray 2 rak'at. Okay, optional prayer, 2 rak'at. But the condition here is in يقبل عليهما. يقبل عليهما بقلبه ووجهه. But he is totally focusing with his heart and his face in this 2 rak'at. How many times that we daydreaming in Salah, watching what is going, what is coming? How many thoughts going in our heads while we're making Salah? So this, it looked too easy to everybody. Yes, I can make 2 rak'at, but do you really focus in the 2 rak'at? 2 rak'at will take what? Max 4 minutes. It's so amazing that most the Muslims could not be focusing in their prayer, focusing nothing but a prayer for 4 minutes. The wives, the children, the work, the school, the dinner, everything comes to your mind. So this is the condition, proper ablution and 2 rak'at, okay, optional prayer, but you in total devotion and focusing. Now, Jannah is guaranteed for you. You see? You don't want me to give you a long lecture. You don't need a long lecture. You need one hadith when you stick and live and focus in it and try to do it. And some people, when they got in sujood, they did not wait. Subhanallah, subhanallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. How is your feet supposed to be during sujood, prostration? How is your toes? Your toes will be like this. Your toes supposed to be tilted. Your foot standing up like this, 2 feet beside each other, and the toes are bended towards the Qibla. Do you do this? Alright? So you can get Jannah for 5 minutes of 2 rak'at with devotion and totally focusing. No daydreaming. All the thoughts about the dinner and the homework, who's going to wash the dishes tonight, when is the husband will be back home, am I going to see my auntie tonight? Everything, everything. But we can give it a try, especially that you get in Jannah. This hadith also telling us something very, very, very important. The generosity of Allah. For only 2 rak'at with focusing and with the proper ablution and 2 rak'at, the Jannah is guaranteed for you. Subhanallah. Allah didn't ask you to remove a mountain from one side to one side. 2 rak'at. It's focusing. Let's try to do it. And guess what? You say, okay, the Shaykh was saying about this, and now I'm supposed to be putting it like this and saying it like this, and now we start to talk about what the Shaykh was saying, and you think about the class, and after this, so and so was in the class, and so was not in the class. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. But inshallah, we give it a try. Thank you for being here. Looking forward to see you again at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll give you a few minutes in case you have any comments, correction, or question, addition, deletion, any issue. How's my Abba today? Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm glad that you put name, last name Adly, so people do not think I'm talking to somebody else. Thank you, my daughter. Me too. Alright, guys. Inshallah, please invite others for the class, and we'll talk to you later, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. في طعام يا أبا؟ أنا جعان. Okay, it's okay. And Maimuna, how are you, Maimuna? Maimuna Adly, and Abida Adly, and Adly. East, west, north, south. Alhamdulillah. Alright, guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.